Today, we're gonna go look at the seas and the oceans and see how life is lived on an aircraft carrier. You might think it's like a regular ship and it's kinda cool to be on. You might think it's somewhere like this. That thing just like this floats on water, but the inside is kinda like a prison. A big aircraft carrier usually has about 5,000 personnel, and most of these employees can't even be seen. Don't look at the few people you see on the deck. 99% of the workers are underneath this thing, and they are not allowed on the deck. And we'll give you the reason why they're not allowed later. When you get on this ship, you're gonna have to be ready to not see the sun for a couple months. And that is why, if you work on the ship, you must take vitamin D pills. If you guys have ever seen how life is lived on a submarine, you'll know that living in a sub is like living in a prison with some privileges. Living on this aircraft carrier is pretty close to that, but it's better still. In what ways is it better? In a submarine, to not track it down, there should not be any internet. But in a carrier, everybody has access to the internet, and the workers can have their own computer. They have access to satellite channels and can watch TVs as well. So why can't we go on the deck of the carrier? Because it's a really dangerous area, and you're not allowed on the deck if you haven't gone through the training. Because the takeoff and landing of these jets causes a hurricane. Not really, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And if you're not experienced, you could get hurt or killed. Like you see this little string, it's supposed to stop the jet. And there have been times where this thing has snapped and cut people's legs off. And sometimes they even killed people. Another dangerous thing on the deck is the air produced by the jet. This air is extremely hot and powerful, and if it hits you, it could throw you off the carrier and kill you. Out of the 5,000 to 6,000 people that work on the ship, only a select few can be on the deck and enjoy the sun. The watchtower and where the captain is at. Regular workers aren't allowed there either. Only the captain and his crew are allowed in there. But let's go inside and see what we see. It's not really a fun place. The first thing you notice that is extremely crowded and there's not a lot of room. Everything is cramped and tight. The bathroom in these ships are like airplane bathrooms, so it's extremely small. You're not allowed to stay in the bathroom for a long time either because it's crowded and there's not enough bathroom for everybody. You might not believe it, but underneath, there's 18 floors, and the workers go up and down through these floors. Don't think they get on an elevator and go up and down. They're called stairs, but they don't look like stairs. They basically look like slanted ladders. In a submarine, the workers work 6 hours, sleep 6 hours. Work 6 hours, sleep 6 hours. But in here, sleeping is normal. You have the bed for 8 hours, and after that, you have to get up because the next person is in line. The only private area you have is in the bathroom and in the bed, because in the bed there's curtains as well. On these ships, there's always a shortage of drinking water. High population, low amount of clean water. Because the ship grabs the salt water and turns it into fresh water. And that is why clean water is extremely rare and important. And you're not allowed to shower for more than 5 minutes. You're also not allowed to shower every single day. The good thing about the Navy, there's more fresh food in comparison to a submarine because they make more frequent stop for fresh food. And in submarines, after a week, it's all frozen food. A big problem in this ship is the smell. The smell of body odor mixes with the jet fuel smell, and it has its own type of smell. When you first enter this ship, you notice the smell and it's unbearable. But after a few days, you get used to it. A good thing on this ship, there's a lot of spots where you can work out, and it has TVs as well. When you're in a tight space like this, you tend to get depressed, and that is why they put workout areas in every part of the ship. If you guys remember, there's no women allowed on a submarine, and every worker is a male. Until today, there's no women allowed on any submarine. But since 1972, women are allowed on aircraft carriers. Right now, about 20% of the workers are women. And it's good to know that the old timers like to explain, since the women are allowed on the ship smells overall better. And the reason for that is that there's women around, and the men like to use deodorant so they don't smell bad around the women. Living aboard these ships are extremely hard, right? But compared to living in a submarine, it's a lot better. The only thing a worker in a submarine can do for a free time is reading a book and talking to other people. But on an aircraft carrier, there's fast internet all the time, and you can have a laptop, iPhone, and iPad with you at all times as well. At least when you're on a Navy, you can go on YouTube, search up a video, and watch it. You're not really safe when you're living on an aircraft carrier because a Navy ship is a huge target, and if anybody wants to start a war with the country that owns the ship, they could just attack the ship. They usually first attack a Navy ship, and this is told to the workers aboard. If anything happens in the world, usually these ships are the first people that shows up, and there's always a chance that they could get attacked. When these ships enter the Persian Gulf or the China Sea, the threat level is at its highest. In the Persian Gulf, they're scared of Iran, and in the China Sea, they're scared of China.